I'm Keith Grose. I'm the head of the UK for Plaid. For those not familiar, Plaid is a financial platform that allows users to connect their bank accounts to applications. So when we started, we like to think of ourselves as open banking, little o, little b, and now we're very excited to be part of a much bigger community with the open banking implementation entity leading the way here in the UK. So I'll leave it at that. Sure, I can start with that. So I think there are a couple of challenges. One, I think that we're seeing, and you sort of hinted at, is that the regulatory process to get authorized here is really long. So I think adoption requires use cases and innovation and people to experiment, and it's really hard for small companies right now to go through that whole process and get off the ground and then get users while still getting no revenue. So I think that's something that we've seen in the industry as a whole that's been a challenge. I think the other thing is again, the availability and quality of the APIs can vary drastically across institutions, and so trying to influence institutions and work with great organizations like FData to make sure that you have the API quality that we'd like across the board has also been a challenge, but I think that's a challenge that's hopefully getting better as well. Yeah, I can take one there. I actually think lending is a great use case for open banking. I think both personal lending and small business lending. I think on the small business side, you've traditionally had an underserved market where they've struggled to provide data. They have to provide a lot of collateral in return. And now you can link up your books to a provider and basically prove the strength of your business and get great loans in that way. And so I think that's an excellent use case. And similarly, on the personal side, I think credit scores historically have been a lagging indicator, and they take in sometimes stale data. And so being able to share your transaction history and prove that you're a responsible consumer in that moment, I think is something that you'll see more and more often become just the way you do credit checks going forward.